Can you believe this game franchise has been around for over 20 years now? That's just 10 years short of the average age of people on this planet. Crazy, right? And the best part? You can play it on pretty much every PlayStation home console. Plus, there's this awesome community that treats the game like a precious gem. So, what's the game that has been rocking our world for 2 decades? You guessed it, Jak and Daxter, baby. Even though the last game dropped back in 2004, new videos are still popping up all the time. But let's get down to business. Is Jak 3 really the amazing masterpiece everyone claims it to be? Well, I've put my investigative hat on and come up with a cool checklist to see how Jak 3 holds up. Gameplay. When the devs took on Jak 3, they were facing some pretty big shoes to fill. It wasn't easy to come up with something brand new, but frankly speaking, they didn't really have to. Jak 2 already set a solid foundation with fun platforming, epic gunfights, and hard-pounding vehicle sections. Instead of ditching those gold nuggets, they decided to crank everything up a notch. In Jak 2, you had just 4 weapons. But now in Jak 3, you got
12.
Remember the red scattergun, yellow blaster, blue Vulcan Fury and the dark peacemaker? Now, each of those gets 2 upgrades and voila, 12 unique weapons for every situation. While this edition spices up the game and gives you a blast with those random effects, let's be real, the blaster with the bounce upgrade is a real MVP. And can we talk about the desert vehicles? Especially that jumper. Maneuvering through a desolated desert with nitros and jumps, discovering abandoned islands, all while being chased by nomads and a sandstorm.
It's just a pure testosterone pump that made my voice 3 sleeper.
Jak 3 takes our dynamic duo Jak and Daxter and also that annoying bird, and banishes them to the unforgiving wasteland by the Council of Haven City.
He's found by Sparkus City and King Damon. Jak proves his worth by becoming a true wastelander and they grow close. Ashton was up saying, "Hey Jak, sorry we banished you, we're losing the war, Vika's an idiot, please come back." Jak sneaks back into Haven City and helps the Freedom League fight the Metalheads and KG robots. Until he realizes that aliens called Darkmakers are coming to destroy the Earth and Errol is working alongside with them. How is he still alive? Now we gotta find the catacombs, find the precursors and the planetary defense system and shoot the bitch away. Only Vigor wants to do all that himself because he's power hungry. Jak calls up Daemon and says, "Hey, can you drive all the way to Haven City to help me real quick?" They drive through the catacombs until a missile hits them. Daemon in his dying breath asks Jak to find his long lost son, which ends up being the important kid from Jak 2, which means Daemon is Jak's father and he's dead. Great timing. Vega laughs in his face, Jak is pissed, and they race to find the precursors. The precursors end up giving Vega power, but plot twist, the precursors are furries like Daxter. Boop, he's a furry now. Jak teleports to the ship, tackles Errol, the defense system shoots the ship, Jak and Errol fall into the desert, and they have an epic battle where Jak shoots his ass cheeks. The planet is saved, Jak smooches Ashlyn, and Daxter has pants and a furry girlfriend.
But hey, let's chat about some of the beef folks have with the story of Jak 3. There's this tapestry of critics woven with different threads. Of course, we are talking about pacing and structure. The story kicks off like a rocket, whisking Jak and Daxter into a thrilling mission to save comrades and thwart the Metalhead. But somewhere along the way, the pacing starts playing musical chairs. The slowdown happens in the middle, Jak and Daxter playing fetch with the precursor ops, disrupting the immersive experience. Characters have their own set of problems as well. Remember our cheeky buddies Jak and Daxter? Well, they've grown up a bit, transforming into even more serious versions of themselves. The introduction of Kira and Ashlyn raises eyebrows, intriguing mixed with skepticism. Sadly, their development doesn't quite cut it, leaving them feeling like cardboard extras in a grand show. The grand finale of Jak 3 takes center stage in the criticism spotlight. The final clash with the Metalhead leader ends up falling flat. It's like the story hit the gas and then slammed on the brakes too quickly. Questions swell like confetti, casting a shadow over the ending and sticking in players' minds long after the credits roll. To sum it up, the symphony of critique surrounding Jak 3 revolves around uneven pacing, character transformations, a hasty finale, and a puzzle of unanswered questions. This tangled web shapes the backdrop of an intricate discussion about the narrative's delivery, showing the enduring dialogue and impact of Jak 3 on its dedicated fanbase. Jak 2 gave the franchise a makeover with a more mature and edgy art style. Instead of flipping the script, Jak 3 builds on that edgy vibe, bringing a slew of improvement. Remember the old, quaint Haven City? Well, now you've got not one, but 2. Double the city, double the fun. The bustling, war-torn Haven City stands in stark contrast to the eerie, perilous desert. Both maps are colossal playgrounds, adding to the game's ambience. The developers didn't slack off. They flexed their creative muscles, crafting stunning redesigns and intriguing places. Challenge. Compared to Jak 2, Jak 3 is like a walk in the park. No more infuriating lack of checkpoints or those excruciating escort missions. They've smartened up cause your progress gets saved more frequently. As a kid, I'd give these changes a standing ovation. No more losing my cool when I'd face a swarm of enemies, bite the dust at the finish line and have to redo all of this shit. Jak 3's challenge now lies more in the vehicle sections, and let me tell you, I've had my fair share of failures. taxi missions, citizen collection in the storm, Dexter's wild rides. While Jak 2 was tough and sometimes felt unfair, Jak 3 strikes a better balance. It's still challenging, but in a more reasonable way, mixing in minigames with varying levels of difficulty, creating an enjoyable cocktail of gameplay. Innovation. Jak 3 is the party where everyone brought something new to the table. Besides the map makeovers that introduced fresh regions, maps and mission types, the game dishes out on a buffet of minigames. Rhythm quicktime event missions, shooting clay pigeons, racing, more racing, flying, racing again, bird's eye view thingy, acts of terrorism, Pac-Man, Gundams, vehicle-based platforming, Attack on Titan, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Director board behind Jak 3 must have been on some kind of creative caffeine because the blend of fun here is nothing short of magic. Replayability. Guess what? Just like its predecessors, Jak 3 is still the life of the party on PS2, 3, 4 and 5. Just like my editing magic, which gets paid with subscribers. Please subscribe. This 20-year-old gem is in high demand, and I'm not surprised. Personally, I dust off this game every few years. It's like a time capsule of fantastic memories. Plus, every playthrough unearths hidden gems and lets you tackle challenges with fresh tactics. Jak 3 has stood the test of times and still is a knockout. Conclusion. Jak 3 might have a few chins in his armor, but still is the shining star of the franchise. Uneven pacing and character wrinkles aside, it delivers a captivating experience that ignites conversations and leaves players yearning for more. The anticlimactic ending might leave you hanging, but it's a testament to the game's lasting impact that it sparks a chorus of questions in fans' minds. With its striking art style, refined gameplay and a buffet of innovative features, Jak 3 stands tall, reminding us why it's still a beloved classic worth revisiting. So, that was my take. What do you think about Jak 3? What is your favorite part? Please tell me in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate a like, a share and a subscribe. Until then, see ya!